We're joined this evening by Warren Brown, who wants to be the next United States Senator from Ohio. All right, so lay it out for us. Why do you feel like you need to make this run?
We have been faced as a country. I have been faced as a private citizen. Sean, you've been faced as a private citizen for years and years and years. It seems for me decades of political rancor, of a chasm so wide that no one seems to be able to span it between the two-party system that currently exists in Washington, D.C. That's one of the reasons I need to run.
So what are you going to do to bring it all together? What specifically can you do in Washington?
Honestly, I can't do anything. But my feeling is that if one person like me, one guy, one girl like me who is clear-headed, who is common sense oriented, who understands what it means to truly balance a budget, if one person like us, one common person can be elected, and that will throw open the floodgates to allow others to step up and make the move. Our country is ready to be taken back for the common person.
And you feel like you can do that?
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about your fundraising strategy, because it's very interesting.
My fundraising strategy is nil.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not going to raise any money.
I will not ask for a dime.
Now, people are going to hear that and say, there's no way you're going to make it then.
You're absolutely right, and let them say that. However, I believe that there's enough anti-government sentiment out there right now. There's enough folks who feel like I feel that money mixed with politics has been one of the downfalls of our nation, that they will stand behind that. Now, I will add a caveat to what I've just said. I will not ask for a dime. If a dime comes my way, I will not turn it down.
Okay.
But you will not find on my political website and my Facebook, when those do get up and running, you will not find a donate or a contribute button as you find on probably 99 or 100% of the current political websites out there.
Say. Yeah. People know your face and know your story about your daughter unfortunately passing away.
Right.
You've made some trips to Washington. What did you learn in those trips that maybe triggered in your mind, hey, I could do things better here?
In the few, let me back up one. I would say somewhere between 4 and 6 weeks out before we made the trip to D.C., I started making the phone calls that were necessary and sending the emails and the faxes to try to get appointments with those persons on the Appropriations Committee that we thought could be effective in seeing that the bill that had already been passed into law would be funded appropriately.
And we're talking about childhood cancer funding?
Right, right. I want to, if we can do a sidebar here.
Sure.
People need to understand this is not the grieving cancer victim's father.
Okay.
Although I am the grieving cancer victim's father. Mm-hmm. This is because the country needs to come back 180 degrees, change direction. Certainly that has a lot to do with how we treat our citizens.
Right.
But more than that, and I've kind of lost my train of thought here. Re-ask your question.
So what did you learn in Washington?
What did I learn?
Going through that process, you said you were sending faxes,
Four
emails.
to 6 weeks we were sending faxes, emails, we were making phone calls. We were, except for the Ohio delegation, actually with some of the Ohio delegation we were put off.
Wow.
But with those that we did finally make appointments with from the Ohio delegation, we were treated like family. And for that, we were very appreciative.
Good.
However, when we called those states, of which we are not a constituent, quote unquote, I had to, in some more adamant fashion, tell them it didn't matter whether I was from your state or not. What matters is the fact that when your senator or your representative took a seat behind a desk inside the Beltway, that person did not just become a political leader for their home state.
Right.
They became a servant of all of us.
All right.
And because of that, I found myself feeling somewhat, as we met with some staffers from those states of which we were not a constituent, we felt like the appointments might have been a little bit obligatory.
Okay. All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck on your campaign trail there. Warren Brown, thank you for your time. And that is tonight's Talk Back.